Alright, well, we've got all the pieces cut up for 3-inch pieces from the 12-inch billet that we had, 12 1/4. So they are clean and ready to go for the welding. I'm going to wipe them down with some acetone, then I'll put them back in the vise, weld one of the ends, put the other end, throw a little handle on there for when we put it in the forge, and go from there. Each one of these is 25 layers, so 25, 50, 75, 100. That'll be our 100 layer billet, and then we'll draw this out to about the same size and repeat that same process that we did on the first couple of videos. Again, the acetone helps remove all the oil and stuff like that off of there, which could contaminate a weld pretty good, keep it from forge welding together and causes problems down the road. I'm really happy with the way all these pieces came out. Happy with the way the billet has come out. It's very solid, and you can see that visually, and you can feel that when handling the pieces. You'll know when you've got a solid piece of steel versus some steel that has a void in it here or there. And down each one of the cuts here, there's no inclusions. Everything looks just perfectly solid. So again, real happy with the way that billet has come out thus far. Get this last piece cleaned up. Square that piece up, clamp it down in the vise pretty good. Just make sure we want to get it real good and tight, and then I'm going to weld this end here. Turn it around so you guys can see the welding. A little piece of rebar, like I was saying, I use these as a handle, so I'll place it there in the middle, tack it on there. That'll work. Alright, it's welded up. If you saw on the last one, I welded all the way down the billet. That's because there were 25 different layers, and I just had to make sure that I got all of them. Now that there's only 4 individual pieces of steel here, I just threw 3 tack welds on there just to grab those, keep those from coming apart when we put it in the forge. And then again, I just welded the handle on. It'll hold up just fine. It's ready to go into the forge again, and when we're done with that, we'll have our 100 layers. Alright, welcome back, guys. Just got the billet, the 25 layers, 4 pieces here, welded up, ready to go into the forge. Light the forge now, let it start getting up to temperature. I'm going to throw it in there and take it to the press. Keep going along. All 3 burners are lit. Now it's just gonna take a little while to get up to temperature. Once we do that, throw the steel in there and be ready to go. Temperature now. Take the billet, put it in there, let it start heating up. Doesn't seem to take the 4 pieces as long to get hot as the 25 did. This step seems to go a little faster. Those get up to temperature pretty quick. Still let it like to let it soak. Make sure we're up to temperature all the way through the billet. Here in a few minutes we'll pull it out, throw some flux on it just to keep any of that scale and stuff from building up inside to prevent any good welding from taking place. Okay, it's starting to heat up, starting to see some color on the billet. I'm gonna pull it out, throw some flux on it. Just a second. Okay, got a good layer of flux on there. Throw it back in there and let it keep heating up.